What's up, y'all? Welcome back to Silly Strategics. So this week it's going to kind of be like a continuation from last week's video on gripping your pistol. It's kind of like going into more detail on why you want to have that strong, firm grip, what your hands is doing, what the trigger fingers, what the trigger hand is doing, what the support hand is doing, and the reasoning behind the grip. So as always, the first thing we want to do is always clear our weapon. Make sure it's clear. Put this off to the side. And so basically, what we're going to do is I'm going to try to explain to you and break down the reason why you want to have that firm grip, support hand, and the reasoning and what each hand is doing. While you're gripping the pistol, the trigger hand is literally pushing forward, and the support hand is kind of pulling backwards. And then at the same time, the support hand, while you're pulling backwards, you're leaning into it. So both hands, the same thing with the trigger hand too. Both hands, you want to get that grip and you're going to lean into it. You're going to get the support hand and you're leaning into it like a vice. So you want to have the gun feeling like it's in a vice. And the reason why you're doing that is because every time you pull the trigger and the slide goes back, the top part of the gun is moving. So the slide is going to come forward, come back, and go forward. So what you're doing with your hands is you're counteracting that offset of the slide going backwards. So you're pushing forward with the trigger hand, pulling backwards a little bit with the support hand, and then your both hands are kind of like pressing inwards. And what that's going to do, this is going to keep the frame solid, minimum movement at all, if any. And literally the slide is just going to and what that does also, it also helps you, it makes you get back on target faster when you have a good grip with both the trigger hand and the support hand, and it just gets you every time the round fire, you're able to just pick back up that sight picture. You're able to pick up your sight picture and engage in the targets. So the next time you go to the range, you want to be mindful and remember the basics of just having a good grip in your gun. You want to make sure you're up high. You want to make sure you get that solid grip. With your support hand, you're going to wrap it around. I like to use a thumb over thumb method. There's different methods that you can use. And just you're pushing forward with the trigger hand, you're pushing it forward. The support hand, you're pulling at the same time. So you're pushing, pulling, and then you're pressing inwards. And what that's going to do, like I said, it's going to give you a nice, firm, solid grip on the frame, and you're going to have less movement, and you're going to be able to control the recoil a lot better with that firm grip, with that vice-like grip. So every time you pull the trigger, you're going to pull the trigger, and you're literally controlling that recoil. Pulling that trigger, controlling that recoil. You're going to get a solid base every single time. So just remember that the next time you go to the range, and understand the reasoning why you're getting that firm grip. Understand the reason what your support hand is doing. The both hands is helping you control that recoil, and it's going to make you get that sight picture even faster. It's going to help you control that recoil. So you're going to get faster transitions, especially if you're shooting multiple targets. You're going to be able to bang, 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 and just get back on target faster with a good grip. So just remember that. That's just my tip of the day. So that's just my 2 cents on having a good grip. Like I said, it's not carved in stone. I'm not saying this is the best way, the only way, the perfect way to do it, but this is what helps me, and it helped me become a more accurate and faster shooter, being able to control that recoil and being able to pick that sight picture back up as soon as possible. So thank y'all for tuning in. Stay tuned next week for the next tip of the week. Thank y'all for tuning in to Silly Strategics.